Awesome. So, like I said, we are going to recap the two QQQ trades that we ended up taking today. If you guys are following the small account that I'm doing, I haven't traded on the small account in the last 2 days. And the reason I haven't uploaded anything on the second YouTube channel, the live trading, honestly, there hasn't been anything special about the trades on the small account. So I've been scalping a lot more on the larger account, waiting for those really high probability setups to put on the small account. So I had some people ask me earlier, why haven't you been posting the live trades on the small account? It's because the market hasn't really offered too much for the small account, and the trades that I have taken on it, they weren't anything special. So out of the 5 or 6 days on the small account, only one day was red. Every other day was green, which is amazing. But like I said, I do want to recap the two QQQ trades that we ended up taking today. Now, the first trade we ended up taking was simply this gap fill down to 364.90. So if we just go ahead and we delete this, we zoom out to the daily time frame, we can see that QQQ has this daily gap from 367.2 all the way down into 364.89. Same thing with SPY, right? Head on over to SPY. Same exact thing right here, from 441.11 all the way down to 438.28. I personally did not take SPY, the bounce, because actually, who can tell me? Why wouldn't I take the SPY bounce at the gap fill? Here's SPY, it filled the gap at 945. Here's QQQ, didn't fill the gap until 955. Can anyone tell me? Going once, going twice. Nobody. Okay. Reason I didn't like SPY is because QQQ still had a gap to fill, right? If tech has been leading the market and the market rally, if QQQ hasn't filled its gap and it still has a very high probability that it's going to do so, does it make sense to try SPY calls? In my opinion, not really. Sure, it paid off, quick little pop up right here, but that wasn't, to me, there was more risk trying the SPY bounce, especially because QQQ has been the leading sector in the market. That's why I didn't take SPY. That's why I was more interested in QQQ. Now, of course, SPY could have bounced and then just rallied back up to the high day and continued to go. Of course, that could have happened, and I would have ended up missing the trade. But that was the risk that I was willing to, or I wasn't willing to take that risk on SPY. So the first trade was simply as QQQ came down to the gap fill, we caught the nice little scalp back up. First price target was these previous lows over here, and then it tried to break above that 8 EMA. Unfortunately, it couldn't, and then it came back down and it stopped us out of the remainder of the trade. This was a quick little scalp to the upside, and I mean, there wasn't really anything too special about it. Just a quick little pop up. We took our profits and then got stopped out the rest. Now, the second trade, what I noticed when we ended up getting stopped out the remainder of the QQQ was we popped down, quickly reclaimed the level. So this could have just been a little liquidity sweep, right? Because they would know, hey, people are going to try to bounce this. What do? Liquidity sweep them. And then it liquidity swept again, broke below this low. So people tried it again right here, stopped them out right here. And then it reclaimed the level and it came back and it made a support. So the second trade that we ended up taking, that was one thing that I was liking about it, the fact that it dropped below those lows and then immediately reclaimed it right away. Let's try a 2 minute. Look right here. Drop below, reclaim. Doji, drop below, quickly reclaim. Like, it didn't spend much time down at these lows. The buyers bought it up right away. From a lower time frame perspective, what is this telling us? Buyers are down here. They're not willing to push price lower. This is the gap fill right here. Then we zoom out to a 15-minute time frame. You guys are about to lose it because I'm going to be mentioning volume. But what do we see? Who can tell me what we see on the 15-minute time frame? And this second trade moved very quick. Yes, right? You see the So 3 decreasing candles in a row. This candle, most of the candle right here was actually a doji. It was like a small green doji with very light volume. And as it was getting close to the close of that candle, that's when we ended up getting long for a nice little scalp to the upside. And immediately after entering it, it popped. Literally, immediately after entering, it popped. All the way up here, of course, we took profits on the way up, and then we got stopped out the rest at break even. So it was literally just a scalp to the upside. Again, nothing crazy, but that is where I saw the risk to reward today. Now, I thought about doing this, pivot high, pivot low, because you guys heard me when we were in the calls, we have to clear this 366.03 with strength to get more upside. I thought about flipping, selling my calls and then going puts, which obviously would have paid off. But yeah, that was the whole reason behind that trade right there. And I was just looking to scalp it to the upside. So those were the two trades today. The one that had more behind it was this one. Again, right here, drop below, reclaim, drop below, reclaim, sweeping the people that are trying to short, people that have stop losses below here, comes back up, reclaims the level, 15-minute has decreasing volume. We ended up getting long, caught a nice little pop up into VWAP, and then a little over VWAP, and then it failed. And then sure enough, later in the day, it went up. So any questions about those two trades? And then we can hop into some of the education. Like I said, I'm going to cut this first part for the YouTube. So just for the people that are watching this on YouTube, if you guys do want to get more education and take these trades live with me every single day, the link to the Discord will be down in the description.